my channel. It's your girl Nay, and I'm back with another video. So today is my long-awaited how I passed the NCLEX video in 75 questions. And y'all, this video is long overdue. I took the NCLEX July 22nd. It is now September 9th. That's almost 2 months since I took the NCLEX. And yes, I'm just now coming to you all with this video. In this video, I'm going to be telling you all how I passed the NCLEX in 75 questions. I'm going to basically just explain everything that I did that I think would be beneficial for you all. So if you're interested in my tips and tricks, just keep on watching this video. Just a disclaimer, this video is not a guarantee you're going to pass the NCLEX by doing all these steps. This is just personally what I did and what helped me pass NCLEX in 75 questions. I have notes here on my phone, and as y'all can see, these are a lot of key points that I want to talk about. And it's just like basically my experience with the NCLEX, what I did to study for the NCLEX, also the things that just helped me prepare to take the NCLEX, things that I did the day of, the day before, and just everything you need to know. So once again, if you guys want to see how I passed NCLEX, just keep on watching this video. I feel like I'm an average learner. I like to say that I'm a slow learner. Like, I don't catch on to things like super quick. I have to continuously read in order to catch on to things. I got good grades in school. My school's passing rate was 80%. So 80% was a C minus, or what was it, a C plus? 80% was a C plus. Like on exams, I really scored like average. I'll say like a 83, 84. I used to like be happy if I got an 80. In my school, I got this thing called like time and a half, where you get like extra time on your exams and you get a private or a semi-private room. So that's just like a gist of where I was at in nursing school. Oh, another thing I want to talk about is I doubted myself a lot in nursing school, okay? Like, I used to always think like, I'm not smart enough to be a nurse. I can't do this. Like, I always doubted myself a lot. And it's crazy because like now I'm a full-on RN. I'm a registered nurse. That was just to say, like, if you was somebody like me who doubted yourself a lot, it is still possible. You still can pass the NCLEX. Right after graduating nursing school, I took a 2-week break. So I graduated. I went home. I was like chilling with my family because I haven't seen them in a while. I didn't open a book. I didn't look at nothing. I went to parties. I was turned up. And I moved to Houston. The NCLEX wasn't on my mind. I just graduated. I was real happy of my accomplishment. I took a 2-week break before I was just like, okay, you gotta study for the NCLEX. You gotta start studying. So yeah, but it was a cool little break. Like, I was, like I said, just living my best life for 2 weeks. I gave myself about 5 weeks to study for the NCLEX, and Lord, child, Jesus, it did not happen like that. It took me way longer than 5 weeks to study because, like I told y'all, I am a slow learner. I'm very particular about my learning process, and 5 weeks wasn't long enough with everything that I felt like I needed to do to retain information and learn the material. So it definitely took me longer than what I planned. It actually took me about 9 weeks to study. So give yourself plenty of time to study for this exam. You do not have to rush to study for the NCLEX. You can take as much time as you need. They say that the average time that you should take the NCLEX is within 3 months after graduating nursing school. So I feel like as long as you take it before 3 months, you're good to go. But don't like wait too long. But also, if you feel like that you're not ready, don't take it too soon either. So the things that I use to study for the NCLEX is UWorld, ATI, Mark K, YouTube videos, and I watched a couple of podcasts, motivational podcasts. If I can find the podcast that I watch, I will leave them in the description box down below. But if I can't find them, you can always just go like on like Spotify or something and look up NCLEX podcast, and some will pop up. I didn't watch them to learn anything. I just watched them more so for like, okay, motivational purposes. The things that I feel like really helped me with the NCLEX is UWorld. This is no promo. UWorld looks exactly like the NCLEX, okay? The format is the same. The way they ask the question is kind of the same. NCLEX just shorten how they ask the question, but it's like really pretty much the same. It's the same content. The same thing that you see on UWorld was on the NCLEX for me. And I just feel like UWorld, really, if I only use UWorld, I feel like I would have been okay. Mark K really helped me too as well. Like, when I say it was a lot of stuff that I was just like, Mark K taught me that. Mark K taught me that. Or it was like a lot of mnemonics and like little tricks and stuff that he had in his videos where I was just like, I was using it during the NCLEX with the drugs, like the uppers and the downers. Like, that helped me. If it ain't an upper, it's a, like, literally, like, why? Definitely watch Mark K. Like, if you go by this guy, you're going to pass the NCLEX. Just keep up with me. So, UWorld, Mark K, YouTube videos. I mainly use the YouTube videos. Like, say for instance, I was like on UWorld answering questions and I realized like, dang, I get a lot of these questions wrong about this one disease. I will watch a YouTube video. Let me tell y'all who to watch. Actually, his name is going to be right here on the screen. And I watched a lot of his videos because he breaks it down so good. It low-key matched UWorld. So watch his videos. Like, you can watch other videos on YouTube, but I recommend this person specifically. They're for free, and you got it. Trust me. I used ATI only because that's what we used in my program. Since I had the resources, I was like, why not utilize it? I actually do feel like ATI is easier than UWorld, but it's more like NCLEX, if that makes sense, on how they ask questions. So ATI was a good resource for me, mainly focusing on like that green light program at the end of your nursing school, what you have to do. I didn't like take it serious, but I did it for my own benefit. Like, I wasn't talking to my little communicator, and I feel like that helped me. Like, really just repetition. My mom told me, my mom's a nurse, and she told me the more questions, the better. The more questions you answer, the better. So not only did I use questions from UWorld, I was also using ATI questions as well. My plan did not go how I planned to do it, okay? Like, what I planned to do is not what I actually ended up doing. So I planned to make this pretty little calendar, how I'm gonna study, the days I'm gonna study, what I'm gonna study on each day. I was gonna write it all out on a pretty calendar and then check it off as my NCLEX day got closer. No, I did not do none of that. Like, maybe it's just me. Maybe I work better in a toxic environment because I couldn't do that. This part is the most vital part of this video. If you don't take nothing else from this video, please listen to how I actually studied, because I feel like this is how I passed the NCLEX in 75 questions. Let me introduce y'all to someone. This right here is my NCLEX Express. Okay, it said NCLEX, and it looked all cute on the front. But yes, this is my holy grail, my everything that I needed to pass the NCLEX is in this book. Okay, this is fundamentals. So I just put like a fundamental sticky note, and then fundamentals, and all of this is like all fundamental. So next is pharmacology. Next is mental health. So I broke up the section, and this is how the whole book look. I'm not gonna go through the whole book, but this is how it looked. I broke up the section, and I started off with the Mark K videos. I did the Mark K videos first. So all of these notes are Mark K notes. All of these, Mark K. Mark K. Only on whenever he discussed mental health though. So Mark K, And then after I watched the Mark K lectures, I started taking UWorld notes. So all the UWorld questions, if I got it wrong or if I feel like I didn't know it, I would take notes. If I got it right, I marked it in purple. If I got it wrong, it was in black. So first thing I want to say is what I wish people told me was take handwritten notes. I was trying to see like what helped people. Did y'all write y'all notes? Like how did y'all just answer the questions and read the rationale? What helped y'all? And for me, write your notes. Write your notes. And I'm going to tell you why. For one, if you're organized, how I organized this book, you can always go back to a section that you're struggling on and read about that section. The ones I got right, I was okay, I know that, I can skip it. Let me just look at all the black ink because I know I got all the black ink wrong. Be real organized and take handwritten notes because when you handwrite it, you remember it better. And yeah, it just sticks more. I first started off with Mark K videos. I watched all 12 lectures. If Mark K was talking about adult health, I'm going to go to my med search section and I'm going to write the notes. If he was talking about fundamentals, anything that's related to fundamentals, I'm going to go in my fundamentals section, write the notes. If he was talking about mental health drugs or anything, I'm going to go to my mental health section, write the notes. So when I want to revisit that area, instead of watching the lectures 1,000 times, I have everything in one section, so it was real easy to find. When I went to UWorld, I did do half and half. I answered half of the UWorld questions. I wish I had my paper. I can show y'all. I broke it down. Because UWorld, it has sections. Like adult health, pharmacology, fundamental. It tell you how many questions are in each section. And I just took every section and I divided it by 2. And then I knew how many that I had to do in each section before I was like halfway done. So, and I did system by system throughout the whole thing. I did system by system. I did not mix anything up. It was straight system by system. I wouldn't spend a whole day doing one subject. I'll mix it up. So I'll do like 50 fundamental, 50 maternal child, 50 med surg. It took me all day to study. When I say I was sun up, sun down, I woke up 6 a.m. I didn't stop studying until 9 o'clock p.m. I know like right after nursing school, I was kind of like, I'm not finna be stressing myself out. I'm not finna be spending all day studying. I'm gonna move slow, take my time, and do as much as I want. But honestly, just think about it like this. This is your last step before you're actually a registered nurse. You might as well go out with a bang and do what you have to do. It's going to take all day. We want to be able to live our life. Like, yes, we just been through hell with nursing school. We're gonna live our life and we want to take a break from studying and stuff. But I personally couldn't do that. I had to be on it every day. Of course, I took breaks. It was some days I did nothing. It was 2 days I did nothing. I definitely took breaks, but just know that it's going to be an all-day thing. I learned for me, it was taking 1 hour to answer 10 questions, y'all. Which that kind of helped me like realize like, okay, how much I'm going to do in a day. So I'm really only doing like 90, 100 questions at the most in a day because it takes me so long to answer the question plus write the rationale. At the end, it started going by a little faster only because it was like the same material just asked in a different way, but you already had the rationale for that material, so it was no need to rewrite it. So every day before I did a subject, I was rereading what I previously wrote the day before, 2 weeks before. So I was always continue to reread what I already wrote. And also, like, say for instance, if I was going like out to eat, going on a picnic date, or doing something besides studying, I'll take this book with me and be like, okay, I need to refresh on fundamentals. So I'll go to my fundamental section, read the notes. After I answered half of the UWorld questions, I did the first assessment. I got a high chance of passing the first time. And then I went to do the rest of the UWorld questions. And by this time, I'm like, okay, I'm on the second half. I need to know this stuff. So that's when I started incorporating YouTube videos. And I started using ATI. So if I get like a low score on UWorld, I'll like use ATI as a backup to answer their question. After you do a assessment on UWorld, it would tell you your average compared to like all the other users. I always was either like right at average or above average. So as long as I was like above average on their radar, then I was like, okay, I'm not doing horrible. Pretty average. I'll look at the percent, see how many people got certain questions wrong, and just gauge like, okay, do I really need to know this? So yes, and Mark K, he tell you like, you need to know what everybody else know. Okay, that's all. You just need to know what everybody else knows. I didn't tell anyone that I was taking the NCLEX. Like, don't tell nobody when you're about to take it. The only people that I told is my boyfriend because we live together, and I told my grandmother. But that's it. I didn't tell my mom, my sister, my dad, my brother. I ain't tell nobody. Everybody found out after I took it. Before you take your NCLEX, I recommend going to your testing center. Going to my testing center the day before alleviated so much stress. When the day came for me to take my NCLEX, I already knew where I had to park. I already knew which route to take to get there. I already knew how long it was going to take me to get there. So I was like, I definitely recommend going to your testing center the day before or sometime before you actually take your NCLEX. It's going to make your life way easier. So do that. People say don't study the day of or the day before. Me personally, I didn't really study the day of. I tried to look at my notes, but I was just like too excited and anxious, and I'm just like, listen. You already, whatever you don't know, you're not gonna know. And I feel like I knew everything already, so I was just like, no. I was like, no. Like, no. I didn't answer questions the day before. I reviewed notes and UWorld. Follow me. Listen, follow me. If you get UWorld, it's going to have a notebook or it's going to have like a little flashcard thing where you can add notes. You can copy, paste it in there. Super easy. The day before, that's the only thing that I review. And when I say so much stuff in that note thing that I had was on my NCLEX, I was like, look at God, I'm so happy I did it a day before. I will recommend 2 days before because I had like 70 note cards or flashcards. And I wish that I didn't have to rush to go over them. But yeah, I'll definitely say like 2 days before, don't answer no questions. Just like if you get UWorld, go over all the things that you like panned, pretty much. You pan it, you put it in a flashcard, or you can put it in a notebook style way. So yes, that's all I did. It was a real chill day the day before. I was like really relaxing, fasting, praying, just going over my little flashcards and my notes. And that's all I did for the rest of that day. I would definitely say eat a good nutrient-filled breakfast before you take your NCLEX. Really, just eat what you normally eat. Like, if you are a light breakfast type of girl, don't try to eat a full-course breakfast meal the day of the NCLEX. Like, no. Eat what you usually eat. If you just like a yogurt and a banana, fruit parfait type of person, eat that. If you're a heavy eater at breakfast time, do that. Like, sometimes when we nervous, we tend to not eat. Don't do that because you're nervous, because then you're going to be hungry. So basically, make sure that you do get you something to eat, but keep it simple. Keep it like what you used to. Try to be at the testing center an hour early so you can make sure you have everything, and just like so you can take a deep breath. You don't want to be struggling, stressing, and confused the day of the NCLEX right before you finna take it. So definitely be an hour early. Just keep a positive mindset. Take a lot of deep breaths. All those coping and relaxation mechanisms that you know, please, this is the time to actually put those in use, because this whole experience can be very stressful. So not even just the day of or the day before, all throughout my studying process, I had to keep reminding myself that I'm smart. I can do this. I had to tell myself positive thoughts, because yes, those negative, doubtful thoughts would get to you. And it was a lot of times where I was like letting myself think negative, like, okay, what if you fail? You're not smart enough to pass the NCLEX. Like I was just being really negative, but it was like a point in time where I just had to like, okay, the time is getting closer, so I had to cut those negative thoughts off. So I'll just say, like, take deep breaths. If you feel yourself getting anxious, tell yourself that you got it, you can do it, you're going to pass. Okay, another thing, I went in thinking that I was going to get the whole 145 questions. Like, you couldn't tell me that I wasn't getting the whole 145 questions. And I kept telling myself, as soon as it hit 75, I go harder. When it hits 75 questions, you're going to go harder. You're not going to give up. You're not going to start thinking negative thoughts. Just know you're still in the game if it passed 75 questions. If it stopped at 75, good. That means that you either did really good or you did really, really bad. That's not a guaranteed pass. So if it gives you the luxury to go over 75 questions, that just means you're still in the game. This is the time to be resilient, to give it your all. Yeah, just don't go in thinking that you're going to get the minimum amount of questions, because thinking that is probably going to end in a fail, only because you're going to make yourself anxious. You're going to start being doubtful when it go past what you expected. Just expect the unexpected. I made sure I understood each question before I tried to go and answer it. Sometimes we read, but we don't actually understand what we're reading. I made sure that I understood exactly what the question was asking me before I looked at the answer choices. Y'all, when I say that testing center that I was at was loud, okay? I can hear the people that was outside the door talking. It was just too much. It was making me nervous. But I just put on those noise cancellators and I was good. Those noise cancellator headphones, it helped me be in my zone. I couldn't hear nothing outside of me. So I definitely recommend blocking out all the noise and using the noise cancellation headphones. NCLEX doesn't have the option where you can go and scratch out the answer that you think is wrong. So I know UWorld has it, and I was using that. So when it came to the NCLEX, I just wrote the ABCD on the side, and if I didn't think it was if I knew for sure that's A is not the right answer choice, I'll cross it out. C is not the right answer choice, I'm crossing it out. D, cross it out, and then I'll be left with my answer. So yes, I think that's a good strategy because you can still cross out and just ignore everything that you know that's not the right answer. So I read the question, I'll write everything pertaining to the question. Any disease, whatever I know about that disease, if it was talking about diabetes insipidus, everything I know about diabetes insipidus, I'm writing it on the side of my whiteboard. So, and then I'll form the answer in my head, or how I think, like what I think they want for that answer. I'll form it in my head and then read the answer choices. And whichever one was closest to what I thought, that's the one I was going for. Another thing, I know a lot of people get scared and nervous when it comes to select all that apply. It freaks us out, and yes, they are intimidating, but I, on the other hand, was happy because I'm like, that means I'm doing good, and I got so many select all that apply. Like, I got over 20 select all that apply. I didn't count them because, like, I was more so focused on just answering the questions correctly and to the best of my ability, that I wasn't worried about, like, trying to keep track of how many I was getting. But I know once I saw them, I was happy because I'm like, yes, this means I'm doing good. So yeah, I was just kind of using it as a gauge to see like where I was at. Am I doing good? Am I doing bad? So don't shy away from the select all apply when you're studying. Like basically before you take it, just like get into a habit of answering them and like mentally tell yourself like select all apply means good. Select all apply means that I'm doing great. Like, I got this, and it just only motivated me more. And lastly, don't second guess yourself. Go with your first answer. Your gut knows, so go with what your gut is telling you first. And you got it. So, yes, guys, that was like pretty much, I just really hope this video makes sense because I was talking so much that I'm just like, this probably sound like a mess. But hopefully you guys learned something from this video. I really hope that I am at least able to help one person pass their NCLEX, or I hope that someone was able to take something out of what I said and discussed today. And yeah, guys, that's pretty much all for this video. If you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up. If you're not already, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel down below for more nursing content. Let me know how far you are on your nursing journey in the comments below. If you're still in nursing school, if you just graduated, if you are already an RN, let's chat in the comments down below. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you in my next one. Peace.